Hi guys. Okay, so I wanted to come in and show you my screen. I want to show you, first of all, I want to show you how it looks. This is exactly how it looks when I stream, okay? So I want to show you why I have things where they are, and then I want to show you quick how I have my scene set up and how I'm managing my stream during the entire workout. Okay, so I only have 15 minutes and I want to try to break things up into 15-minute chunks. So I'm going to try to get through as much as I can quickly. Okay, so here's how I have my layout. So when I have my stream set up, I have three things open, three tabs. And I have a little Mac, so I don't have a lot of screen space, but it's really important for me to be able to toggle back and forth between these three things because I need them all at like a moment's notice while I'm streaming. So here's how I set it up. OBS gets its own little screen right front and center, okay? So this is my OBS screen, moving it around, okay? Now you can readjust your screens. So if you click and drag in the corner there, see how that went to an arrow? I can make this smaller if I want to. But I like my OBS scene as big as possible. So that's as big as it's gonna get for because I like this where I watch myself. So when I'm working out, this is what it's, the screen that it's on. So that's front and center, top to bottom, all the way. Then, on my left side of my screen, I have my music. So if I want to go watch my music or change my music, I just click it. It's right there. It doesn't cover my entire OBS scene because I really want that always to be right there. This is the mini player in iTunes. So if you don't know how to use that, if you go up to Window and you're opening your iTunes, now here's music. That's the regular one. Okay, that's the big one. But if you go to mini player, the mini player pops up, okay? And then I can close. This does not have to stay open, this big one. So I can close the big one. So then I just make sure that this is the right playlist. Okay, this is the right playlist. And then I can control everything right here in my little mini player. So then I can, you see, toggle back and forth, back to OBS, back to iTunes. Then the other scene is right back here. This is my internet browser. And this has to be open because you have to have your, this is YouTube's back end of their this is YouTube's back end when I'm streaming. So I just finished a stream, so this is what it looks like, but this is what it looks like when I am streaming too, and I'll tell you why I set it up this way. So again, you can change your browser size like with your arrows here. So I make mine just small enough so that I can see a few things. I want to see three things. I want to see the chat. I want to see this number here. That's how many viewers are on. And then I want to see my actual stream. So I can see if I'm actually streaming or if I'm frozen or buffered, and I can come and check that. And then down here, I always make sure stream health is clicked so that I can see my green light here. If it says excellent, it's good, then I watch that also. So there's a couple spots where you can watch your stream settings. This is one of them too. This is on YouTube's end. So really, you do have to kind of pay attention to your stream settings on YouTube's end because they're going to tell you things that are going wrong as this data is being sent to them. And then you also need to watch it back on OBS's end down here where you see your green square. So that tells you about your data being sent out. So the two spots to watch that. Okay, so that's how I have my scene set up, or my screen set up, so that when I'm in the middle of a stream, I can quickly come over here and I can see new chats pretty fast. And now I can't see them fully right here, but I could if I slide this over a little bit. I just keep things visible just enough so that I can quick click. Like, okay, need music? Click. Need to go back to OBS? Click. Need to check the chat? Click. And nothing ever has to be moved around or dragged around, okay? So that's really important to me. So those are the three things I have open. Also, the other thing I have open in my browser tab, in my browser window, I have a second tab open, and I keep that on my Facebook group because then I can quickly say, like, if we have problems, I can quickly jump in there and be like, hey guys, computer just died, I'm coming back. I also simultaneously have the stream going on my phone in the YouTube app because then this is my quick chat. Because usually when some things go wrong, I can't have the chat box open on my computer and tell them what I'm doing because I'm on my computer trying to fix it. So this is also, I have this open streaming from the YouTube app the entire workout. because all of my controls are from my computer. The phone is not even used for my stream. And I'll tell you another step I do. I Bluetooth my good headphones to my phone so that I can listen to the stream too, so that I can actually hear what they're hearing. So this is separate. This is like my monitoring device, and none of this is connected to the computer at any time. This is totally separate. Okay, so that's how I monitor things. So if you've watched any of my streams lately, you've noticed that I've had my headphones on right when I come on, and that's because I'm monitoring the volume and I'm making sure that what they're hearing is okay. Okay, so let's go back to OBS. Okay, so we're only at 5 minutes. So let me show you my scenes and how I'm working my scenes, and then I'll do a tutorial later about how to make a scene, how to add sources, but I'll just do a quick overview for this one. So OBS, you have to think of it like PowerPoint for your live stream, okay? You design your slides, and your slides are your scenes, okay? So even though it's a scene, it's your slide, okay? So I use, this one I actually just created for last night, so I don't even use that one, typically workout 2. I use 4 scenes. I use my welcome scene, my workout scene, my thank you scene, and my schedule scene. Now, you can do as many scenes as you want, and you can do as many sources as you want, but the more scenes and sources you have, that's just more data you have to send to the internet. And if you don't have a good internet stream, or if the speed is real low that day, then you might have problems. So even though it's really tempting for me to want to create all these really cool fancy scenes, I'm learning that the fancier and the more intricate they are, the harder it is to stream it if you don't have a solid internet connection. Now, I don't have an Ethernet cord up here in this recording space, and so I do have to be aware of that. If you have an Ethernet cord, then you probably don't have to worry about it. So when my participants come in, so first of all, your scenes are your slides, okay? Now, your sources, this is basically like, think of it like these are all your components, like your text boxes, your graphics, your camera, your logo, everything that I've put on this slide or this scene is a source, okay? I had to find it on my computer, and I had to tell OBS, okay, I want this right here. I want this right here. So your sources are just all your pieces of your slide. That's all they are. So it looks like I have a lot here, which I do, but I use them all pretty strategically too. So you can rename your own, when you do a new scene, it will come up like a generic, like scene 1, scene 2. You can rename everything. I highly suggest that so that you can keep it organized. So I've named all these things myself. So on my welcome screen, when my viewers arrive, they're going to see this scene, but my camera is not going to be turned on. So look at right down here. If I scroll down, I've named my camera front cam, okay? This little eyeball turns your source on and off, okay? So if I click it, bye. You can't see me. The camera is still there, but what I've done is I've turned the camera off, and what I have behind the camera is this, okay? It says, we are live, see you soon. And then I have this timer, okay? Do you see this little eyeball next to the timer? Watch, I'm going to turn it on. Timer starts, okay? So this is the scene they see when they log on. I'm on live. I can see the chat. I can see everything, but they just can't see me. And I do that on purpose. I'm going to turn my camera back on, okay? So when the timer goes off, all I do is I uncheck that little symbol. Boom. Hi. Bye. Hi, bye, hi. So this is a really cool feature because you can turn things on and off essentially on your slide. This is also how I'm doing my reminders, okay? So previously I had a whole nother scene for a reminder slide, but I realized I didn't have to do that. What I did is I just made a text box for my reminders, and the text box is actually on top of this text, okay? But you just can't see it right now because I have it turned off. So if I turn it on, watch what happens. On, off, on, off. So what I do is when I welcome my participants, hi guys, welcome. Everyone got ready? Great, you're here, la la la, reminders. And then I say, okay, let's do some reminders about the workout. And I turn that on and I say, okay, remember, safety first, modify, break when needed, blah, 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 blah. Remind them to subscribe. So that's how I'm using that. You can use that little eyeball feature very strategically. Now, it doesn't matter how you layer things on your slide. So think about all of your little pieces on your slide. Think of them like little pieces of paper. Like if you put a piece of paper on top of another piece of paper, you can't see the piece of paper on the bottom, right? So you have to layer your pieces accordingly. And then you can achieve some of these effects that look really cool that are actually really simple. So the other thing, so that's all I do on that scene. That's all I do. The other thing I do check right away when I come on is my volume. So right now you can see my mic is going. Yes, my mic is going just fine. Actually, it's probably a little bit loud because it's getting into the red. The music is not going. So that would be a problem. So let me turn the music on. Okay. So music is going now. And you can see it's going. So I double, triple check that. And then, of course, I double, triple check my little green box, which you can't see because I'm not streaming. Okay, let me turn the music off. Then I go to my workout cam. Okay, workout cam is just my 2 cameras. And I show them, you know, front camera, side camera. I'll show you these pieces. So mic, obviously you can't see the mic. That's just a source that you have to add so you can hear me. You can't see iTunes. That's just a source you add so you can hear the music. But lower bar, okay, actually I need to rename this because I did put it on the top. Lower bar, okay, watch what happens when I turn it off. Bye. Hi. Bye. So that's just an image. It's an image I made and I put it at the top and I need to actually rename this. I'll do that right now. I'm going to right click. Rename, and now I can call it upper bar. I don't know what happened there. I got cut off, but I'm going to keep recording. So we were on the workout screen, I think. Okay, so on the workout screen, this is a very simple scene. Like I said, the upper bar I can turn on and off. That's just an image that I made and I put in. Turn it on and off. That little vertical black bar in the middle there, see that? It's kind of hard to see, but it's on and off. I just put that in to split my scenes to make it a little more like of a hard split. That's it. That's all that I have on the scene. Then I do the thank you scene at the end. And this entire side thank you scene, the graphics, the bottom, all of this is just one picture. Watch what happens if I click and drag it. See, it's just one image that I made. And so if that's what I saw in a tutorial, that it's good to have, you know, rather than a whole bunch of pieces, when you can, when it's possible, make it all one picture, and then it's less work on your computer to blast it to the internet. So when you can do it, do it. Sometimes you can't do it, and then you have to piece things together. But same thing. I called it thank you frame in my sources. If I turn it off, it goes away, and then you just see my camera. So, and the camera, same thing. If I turn the camera off, you can't see me. You can still hear me. You just can't see me. So that's how sources work on and off. And then I do have a schedule scene also that I use where these are just, there's very few pieces, the bottom bar. Okay, that's where I pieced that little bar in there. And then the schedule, that's one picture. And then my camera. It's all just 3 separate pieces. If I turn them all off, you see nothing, but you can still hear me. Turn the camera on, turn my schedule on, turn that bottom bar on. So what you're doing in OBS is you have to create your graphics. So you got to find a way to do that. I can help you if you need to, but I charge for it. You have to create your graphics, and then you insert your graphics, and that's it. And then you play around with them, and you can turn them on and off during your stream. And you can get real creative. This workout too, I don't use that one. I made this last night real fast because I had to film in my house. So if you saw my turbo hit where I did the moves, I'll show you how I did that. All I have here is 2 white boxes. Okay, so I have a white box here. And then this is just, oops, that's my camera. I don't want to move my camera. Actually, let me just delete that side cam. I don't need that. So the turbo hit moves. Oh, sorry, I want to see you. Trying to move that. There. This is just, I typed this out in Word and I took a screenshot. And I inserted the screenshot. So that's just sitting there as a graphic. And then during the workout, what I did is I just put this little white box in, I inserted it, and then as